Hi everyone, I'm Jeannie Ellis and I'm also known as Scrapbooking Mama. And today we begin a new challenge over at the Tailor Made Cards for You challenge blog. This month, besides having the option of an anything goes, because we're always anything goes, unless you choose to do the theme for the month, which is Mayflowers. We're using the digital kit called Orange Shades of Spring, and it is beautiful. If you join the challenge, you can go to the blog and pick out or get the discount code for 20% off of product over there at the shop if you want to use product from the Tailor Made Cards for You. Also, the prize will be a $10 gift code to the winner for the month of May. We're also doing a video hop, which you will find the link to the next person below in the box. And there will be a link also to the shop down there. There'll be several different links. So be sure you check everything out. Now, I worked on something called a loaded pocket envelope. And I would have shown you the tutorial of the whole thing, but I've been having video issues and my file got corrupted and it just messed it all up, and I was almost done, so that was kind of frustrating. So I'm doing it a little bit different than I was, but let me show you what I did. This is the loaded pocket card, and you open it up here. There's a magnet here and magnet in here to keep it closed. And you can see I've got different ephemera and ephemera here to cover the magnet so no one will see that. And these papers I printed off are 5x7 on the front and on the back. Are they not gorgeous? Let me see if I can do something with this light here. Okay, so anyway, the papers, I just love them, and they are too pretty to cover up. So, but I do have flowers, so it is included in the theme. And I have some ephemera that I cut out. I will put a promo sheet in of what is included in this kit. If you want to give this to someone, this would make a great gift for a crafter who loves to scrapbook or make cards or anything, because she could use this, or he could use this in the project they're making. So I thought it was a cute way to make a card. It was a little bit different for me. So I've got the envelope I put it in, and obviously you can't mail this. This would be one to hand to someone, but if you want to mail it, then make sure you don't put something like that that's got dimensions on it. And when I made the tags, I mounted them onto craft paper. The whole thing, aside from, of course, the kit itself, is made from craft paper. So I'm going to show you how I put this together without putting the papers on it, because obviously I've already printed my papers. So let's get started with that. The first thing that you're going to need are 2 sheets of paper for the front and the back. Now, because this is 5x7 paper, that's why I had to use 2 sheets of paper rather than one 12x12 sheet. A card to measure 6x6. Let me see if I can get it around. I rearranged, and now I've got to rearrange and get a little bit more apparently. So you want one of the sheets will be 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. The second sheet will be 5 1/2, and there's a reason for that. It's going to be 5 1/2. And it doesn't matter which way it's going to be the front and which way it's going back. It does not matter. 5 1/2 by, again, 7 1/4. You want it to be the same length. So the next thing, because the paper since I had to glue them together, the video that I watched the tutorial on was a 6x12 paper folded in half. So one sheet of paper, it folded. I mean, that's all it took. But because mine's a 5x7, I had to add additional sheet or spacing inches, whatever you want to call it. It had to be different. So I am going to put this down, and I'm going to score it 1/4 inch on the long side, on the 7 1/4 inch side, right along here, the long side. And before I go any further, I want to cut out the closure, which is a 2x5. And then we have pockets inside. Now these are 1 3/4 on the mat. The craft paper is 1 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then the liner is 1 1/2 by 4 1/2. Now, of course, I've run out of my paper here. I can print off some more, but you know, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use some white paper probably to show you. So anyway, you have your mat and the liner on top, and you can do 3 of these or 2 of them, or you can even make one big one. The choice is yours. And with it being a loaded pocket card, you might want the 3 pockets like I do. So anyway, the background is 1 3/4. Again, by 4 3/4. So I use 3 of them, so that's what I'll wind up doing. And then I'm going to take a white cardstock, and this is going to be the liner, and instead of 1 3/4 now, it's going to be 1 1/2 by 4 1/2. And that's going to be your pocket. So let's work on that pocket. I'm just doing the one. So the pocket is going to have this scallop notch in it, and it doesn't have to be a scallop one. It can be whatever you want. And I'm going to put this in the center here as close as possible. I never do get them centered perfectly, but that's what I'm going to do with that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, if I get it in the right spot. Let's see. Actually, I think what I want to do is put this on here so I can pretty well get it into the center. I think I'll mark it so that way that might be easier for me. And I want to go down a little bit because I want to have some of that brown space in there to show. So that's cut out. And what I would do next is go ahead and glue this on. There we go. Now, when this dries all the way, or pretty well all the way, or even now, I can take my pencil's eraser and I can clean that up. Now it's all cleaned up. Okay, so there's one pocket. Now what we want to do, and I usually do the cover and the front back covers first, but I just wanted to show that to you so you'd see before I lost my train of thought. Okay, so now what we want to do is get these 2 pieces glued together. So I'm folding up the score line, and I am burnishing it. And then I'm going to take and put glue along here. not too thick. I've been known to do too thick, which I may have done anyway. And you want to line these two pieces up together. Now there's a brown spot on my paper that came on that paper. I don't know how, but it did. Something to do with the ink probably. Just line it up. Now this can be on the back or it can be on the front. It really doesn't matter. And this is going to be all covered, you know, just like it is here. The seam I did on the back. Now you can have the card to go open this way like I saw in the demonstration, or you can have it open like a regular card like this. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to do it just like it was in the video that I saw on Pinterest. So take your, let's go ahead and do this first. Take your closure piece, fold it in half, take one end and quarter around both sides of that one end, and that'll be on your front. What you're going to do is glue this onto the back side of your card. Okay, so we've got this right here for now. Then what you'll want to cover this piece with is a, let's see, this is a 2 by 2.5 piece. So what you're going to do is cover with a 2.5, or actually a 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. If, you know, of course, you're going to use a print like I did in the other one. Then what you want to do is start decorating the inside by putting your other 5 by 7 sheets on first, and then you would add your pocket on top of that, just like this. Your pocket on top. So that's how I put it together. And I can't remember, I think I mentioned I used magnets, and what I did with the magnets is that on the inside of the closure, I put a magnet here and taped it down, and then covered it, and then I put a magnet on here and did the same thing. I just went ahead and taped it down too, but I used one of the little ephemera to hide my magnet so it wouldn't be seen. So, and you can't see the magnet here, and it does close. You could use Velcro if you want to. So I hope that you understood what I was trying to do here, because it was one of those days where nothing was going right with any taping or recording. So that's what I did, and I hope that you will go and join us on the hop, that you'll go to the next person in the lineup. Have a great time with it, and have many, many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.